Greetings and welcome in everyone, my name is Dominic and today you're tuning in to the Comic Book Report where we review comic books and graphic novels so you can get an idea of what to read. And today we are back in the world of Clover Press with another Marvel Art of collection. Today we're going to be doing an overview for the Marvel Art of Michael Turner. Clover Press was kind enough to send me this review copy in exchange for this honest review, so a huge thank you to them over there. In case you missed it, just like my Marvel Art of Russell Dauterman video, I have decided to release this as an overview rather than a proper review where I give the collection a grade. Again, there's no real story here. This is more of an art book, coffee table book kind of thing, so I thought a showcasing or overview would be more appropriate here. If you're hoping to pick up a copy of this book, I might first suggest our channel sponsor, organicpricebooks.com. There's a link to their website in this video description, and if you see anything on that site you like, including possibly this book, you can use my discount code at checkout, TheComicBookReport, to save $2 off of your order. Please note if you use my affiliate link or code to make a purchase, I will earn a small commission, but it's a great way to support the channel. Thank you for considering. Now let's get to this overview. To kick us off today, I'd just like to do a dedicated look at the front cover for this book. I should say this is an oversized hardcover edition. We don't have a dust jacket or slipcase in this case. I know for some of these Marvel art books there were Kickstarter editions or versions with slipcases, but this release, I think the proper kind of big commercial release is like this, where it's just an oversized hardcover, but wow is it beautifully put together, and I love the art they chose for the cover here with Cap at the center and a bunch of the Marvel heroes kind of fanned out around him. Beautiful stuff. On the spine, as you can see, we have a little thumbnail view of Iron Man. We have the Marvel logo, Marvel Art of Michael Turner, and then of course the Clover Press logo at the bottom. I'm happy to say there is some uniformity here between these Marvel art books. You'll see a comparison shot with the Russell Dauterman release as well a little bit later in the video, just to show the uniformity we have here. I love the spine design. It screams Marvel to me in the best way, and it's just really legible and interesting. I love that we get a little character model. All good stuff. The back cover has a ton of artwork as well from Michael Turner, which I love to see. Some reviews, accolades, things like that. Pricing information, publishing information. Again, all pretty standard fare here, but I do love the design we get. And now for all you prospective collectors out there, a quick look at the binding. So this does appear to be a sewn binding. I'm happy to say we have a nice eye here, and the pages lay down nearly flat, which is just what I'm hoping for an art book. It lays down beautifully and showcases this artwork remarkably. And now that we're finished looking at that binding, I did want to do a quick look at another feature with this book in case you missed it. This collection does appear to have red gilded pages, which I really enjoy. Definitely screams Marvel yet again. We also have a beautiful black ribbon sewn in as kind of a bookmark to mark your place, also a really nice touch, and some bright red end pages. The attention to detail again that Clover Press puts into this release, it's just really fantastic. And now I did want to do a comparison shot, as I mentioned earlier, with the Marvel Art of Russell Dauterman collection, also released from Clover Press. Again, this is really just to show you the uniformity with these collections. We have the same trim size, dimensions, all of that. Of course, we have different artwork for each of the different creators here, but there is such a cohesion and uniformity. The spine designs are pretty much identical, which I love to see. You can stack these. They look great on a bookcase, for example. I just think that this is really, really well done. Just take a look at how symmetric and well aligned these collections are. It's just a thing of beauty. As a collector, I am just over the moon. Earlier in the video as well, I did mention that this is an oversized format, but I did want to provide something to give you a sense of scale. So to do that, I again have my Marauders collection from Marvel Comics. This is an oversized hardcover release, so it's the same dimensions as a ton of deluxe editions or omnibus format from our big two publishers, Marvel and DC. So again, this is something that you can just get a sense of scale for. It's already larger than a standard size kind of trade paperback or single issue size, and this is even small in comparison to this Marvel Art of book, which towers over it in nearly every respect. So if you enjoyed the art of Michael Turner, this is one of the best ways to see it all laid out and blown up to a gorgeous oversize. Okay, and as we make our way into the collection proper, past those red end pages, title page, kind of publication information page, things like that, we do have a beautiful foreword by Joe Quesada, and then we jump right into the collection. So a couple things about this book. We do have beautiful glossy print paper stock, that sewn binding I showed you, and a total of 208 pages. And while that might not sound like much, in these giant blown out pages, you have a ton of detail here and a ton of substance. So that 208 pages really does go a long way. The book is also kind of punctuated by chapters, I guess we can call them. Like it starts off with his work on Civil War and kind of breaks down into some of these other popular Marvel characters. Along the way, we also have a lot of written little essays about Michael Turner. I should note, unlike the Russell Dodderman book I overviewed earlier on this channel, this is really about an artist who is no longer with us, sadly. Michael Turner did pass away, but his art remains. And because of that, we do not only have the presentation of his incredible life work here at Marvel, but we have these essays throughout from different comic creators and partners in the industry, and they almost read like eulogies in some ways, or kind of showcasing the greatest hits of this incredible creator. There's some speculation of where he would be now in his career after really shining so brightly over a couple years at Marvel before unfortunately he passed away. I think knowing that context, and for me in this case, finding out that context with this book, I actually had no idea this artist had passed away. So this is how I was informed, actually, was in this collection. Because of that, this book has a really somber and yet beautiful tone to it that I feel like the other collection just didn't really hit with for me. And so that added a whole other layer to my enjoyment of this collection. It hit a bit deeper. I felt myself in some ways a little more invested in the artwork or in this artist as a whole. I think hearing how some of his contemporaries remember him or call his greatness into kind of the forefront was a real beautiful thing to see, and it was something about this collection that really made it a standout. If you're not familiar with the art of Michael Turner, you're definitely getting a great eyeful of it here in this coffee table book. I think he's probably most known for, at Marvel at least, with his art during the Civil War era, whether it was on covers or what have you, and we definitely have a lot of that on display here. Unlike the Russell Dodderman collection as well, we seem to have a lot more kind of pencil work here. I really like that. We have more kind of behind the scenes art or just the raw pencils. I love the polish we get in the Russell Dodderman collection, and while we do have some polished art here, we do get to see, again, more art at different stages in this book, I would say. So if you're a fan of process or kind of the iterations of kind of comic book art, we get, again, a little bit more of that here. We also have a lot of artwork throughout this book showcasing Turner's approach to characters like Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, and more. The collection actually ends with his look at sort of Wolverine, which I really like, definitely a fan favorite of mine, but really you get to see him try his hand on so many different characters. Like I saw Fantastic Four in here, I saw Black Panther in here, just to name a few. I think if you're a fan of early 2000s Marvel Comics, Michael Turner is definitely a visual style I'm sure you'd be familiar with. As I'm doing this overview, I'm obviously not going to read the excerpts from the essays we have in the collection. I'd definitely love to save that for those that actually pick up this book for themselves, because I think that that is definitely a really impactful part of this book, and I just think it's best left for those that can really sit with it and sit with the words. I love that we also have a bit written by his longtime partner and collaborator, colorist Peter Steigerwald. I think that that was a really poignant essay as well. But yeah, just a lot of great stuff in this book. Another thing I really enjoyed, I talked about earlier how we get a lot of the kind of pencil work or pen and ink work here, but in many cases, as you've even seen as I've been flipping through, we get that kind of line work or the pencil drawings next to the final kind of colorized, kind of finished version of it, and I really like that as well. I like that we kind of get the initial and final product. I think seeing the iteration of that, or just the completion of that, the fullness of it, is a really cool thing to see side by side. I also noticed something else, and forgive me if I'm unfamiliar with this, but I saw what appeared to be a lot of his pencil work kind of repurposed or recolored in different ways. So I'd see what looked like to me the exact same character model, but maybe with a different costume or different things going on in the background from some other pencil work. I don't know if this was kind of creative license with the penciling so that we can get more art from him, or what exactly this was, but there was a lot that I saw like that, where it was sort of like, it appeared at least to me that these character models penciled by Michael Turner was then repurposed or recolored in certain ways to showcase different aspects. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe he re-penciled every single one of these, but some of these just look really identical, and I don't know, it's just a really fascinating way to get different looks at some of the artwork here. Why I think that that was something that was maybe done later on is because there appeared to be newer covers for books that came out in recent years that I know occurred after the time of his passing. So I don't know if this was the colorist kind of repurposing the pencil work to get more art from him, or I don't really know. If I'm mistaken, someone in the comments please correct me, but I thought that that was a really interesting touch here as well. Again, because I noted that some of the art seemed to happen after he had passed. Whatever the matter there, I think what's really important and on full display is we have a lot of great people close in the industry to Michael Turner, again, paying respects in some ways and honoring the legacy of what he left behind here at Marvel Comics. But more than that, we also just have the striking visual art from this incredible Marvel artist. I loved looking at some of these images again, being a fan of that Civil War era Marvel Comics, but also seeing some stuff for the very first time. I really loved the art they were able to pull together for this book, and some of it was just eye-popping and gorgeous. It makes me wonder, like some of the creators I'm using in this very collection, what we would have seen from Michael Turner today in the industry. How would his style have evolved, or what would he have done if he had more time? A truly legendary talent here, and I'm so happy to see Clover Press presenting this book. Having read and enjoyed this and the Russell Dodderman collection, I'm definitely eager to see what else Clover Press has to offer in the form of their Marvel Art of line. I know they've released a book showcasing the art of Alex Maleev and David Mack, some of my other favorite Marvel artists, so I am curious about those collections, but I've really enjoyed what I've read thus far. I think that this has given you hopefully a pretty good sampling of what you can expect from the Marvel art of Michael Turner. Obviously, I didn't showcase every page. This was just kind of a flip through, so believe it or not, there's even more incredible art packed into these pages, and I hope that if you've enjoyed what you've seen here, you can support this release. In the comments section, definitely let me know if you've enjoyed this overview, if you enjoyed the art of Michael Turner, if you picked up this book or any of the other Marvel art of books from Clover Press. I'd love to get discussions going in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Again, a huge thank you to Clover Press, and until next time, this has been the Comic Book Report. Please don't forget to leave your like, that comment we talked about, and maybe share this video with a friend. Thanks everyone, bye.